we start the podcast?
Oh, is the podcast started?
I forgot I never said that. I'll do a cool intro and then I'll forget that we're doing a podcast again, okay? What is going on, my mates? Welcome to episode 2 of the Matesclub Podcast. Today we have a legendary emo act here called Charmer. And today we have David the singer. Then we also have Zack. I'm not going to lie, I forgot what Zack plays in the band.
It really doesn't matter. No one
Okay.
For the record, I just play bass.
Okay. I feel super dumb because I had it in my head like so clearly, like when I made the video like last year. I was like, dude, I know all this stat, like this is like I know it like my family, but now it's like, damn, dude, like I just don't remember. Like
it's really fun. I do not care.
So how are you guys doing today? You guys drinking some coffee or cider or anything like that, you know?
Yeah, we're having some coffee and cider.
Nice.
Yeah.
What have you guys been up to today? Did you have work today, David?
I did. I counted some money at my weed job, and then I mailed a bunch of packages out. Me and Zach dropped a bunch of stuff off at the post office, and then went home for like 3 hours. Thought about taking a nap, and then now we're here. And I'm pretty sure Zach's just been doing Bitcoin all day.
Yeah, I'm in deep right now into cryptocurrency, like a black hole. It's just sucking up so much time. And I'm not even gonna get into it, but yeah, that's what I've been doing with my day. Aside helping Dave
like in all seriousness, you're really into crypto though?
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay, for sure, man. So you know about this is a rabbit hole, and I don't necessarily think we should go down it, but you've heard of NFTs and you know about all that stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm invested in quite a few of them right now, for sure.
Sweet, man.
I believe them,
man. Yeah, that could be like a 10-hour conversation just about NFTs, but yeah, all that stuff's really crazy.
I won't even get into it. It's such an in-depth thing. So anyway.
Yeah, I know we already kind of talked about this like before I guess we officially started, but you guys put out a record last year. I thought it was really fire. How do you guys feel about it? Are you pretty happy with how it turned out and how everyone felt about it and just the general response it received?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people listened to it in a time where the world was kind of chaos and everyone didn't know what was going on.
Definitely.
So I think it went as like the best it could go in a situation like that.
Are you guys doing any writing right now, or is it just kind of like on the just kind of chill out period?
I personally have been writing a ton, but as far as like getting together as a band, we haven't done anything, and I don't even know how long. I bet you
all together.
It's been a long time.
Do you guys still see each other ever? I mean, I know that everything makes it really hard, but do you ever like hang out anymore, or is it just not really?
Yeah, we're able to see each other. I mean, I bet you I see
you the most, Dave, for sure.
Yeah, I probably see Zach the most, and then I see Nick fairly often, and then Neil's been really busy. He recently got married and had a kid. Shout out Neil.
Whoa.
But we see him like still a good amount too as well.
I'll see him outside of music because we'll skateboard together, but I rarely see him involving the band, to be honest.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Sorry, dude.
That's what editing's for, dude.
I'm just laughing so hard right now, man. I'm sorry. Do you guys still like smoking weed and stuff?
Oh. What a build up for that.
Yeah, I still enjoy that, you know.
Yeah.
Consider me a fan.
Man. I'm a very conditional user. Maybe at nighttime before bed, that sort of thing. And earlier, I don't think we even clarified. We're like, yeah, I counted money at my weed job. I'm like, that sounds so.
Oh, I work at a
dispensary.
I work at a legal dispensary.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. For sure. What caliber is it at? Is it like the Apple Store of weed, or is it more kind of like a mom and pop shop type of operation?
It's the cream of the crop.
Nice.
Like it feels like you're buying a laptop. Yeah.
Is it like crazy fancy packaging and like, you know, all that stuff?
Oh yeah, and it's just busy as hell all the time. It's awesome. It's the first legal one in our hometown where we live.
Oh no way, man! Where do you guys currently reside again?
Marquette, Michigan.
Okay, Marquette, for sure. And like, so before this shop, was it just kind of just on the streets mostly?
For sure, yeah. We're buddies. You know, everyone grew up here because there's so much woods. But yeah, then when it got past the place I work for, shout out Fire Station. 2 shout outs.
Everyone's gonna come find you.
Shout out. Yeah, it's been good. I really enjoyed the job. I got around August when I realized things weren't really getting back to normal anytime soon. So I've definitely enjoyed working there. It's interesting to have coworkers again after not working with anyone for like 3 years, except for myself or my bandmates, but it's been fun.
Were you doing accounting before all this? I don't know why I think you were like an accountant. Is that the case or no?
I did do that before too, yeah.
Okay, true.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you'd ever get back into once things are back to normal, or is that just like not really something that interests you?
What, accounting?
Yeah.
I mean, I still do it, but as far as getting like an office accounting job, no, I probably won't do that.
So do you handle the band's finances then?
Yeah.
Do you guys like file your own taxes and all that? You're like you're the own CPA for the band?
So low key, we've gotten away with not being an LLC for like the past 3 years when I think we should have done it like 4 years ago.
Props, dude. That's awesome, honestly.
But I'm doing really good with that still not being a thing.
We'll see how long that can go for.
So we can keep on talking about our fraud if you want.
Yeah.
Speaking of like money and stuff like that, as far as like merch, do you guys print all of it and ship it out, or like what's the process as far as all the merch stuff goes?
So Nick, the drummer, actually has his own company, Repeater Press. Shout out Repeater Press, 3 shout outs today.
Hell yeah, dude.
And he actually handles that. He does a ton of screen printing for everyone, but he has his own business already, so it's so easy for him to make designs, or our really good friends to make designs, and then we just, he prints them, we print them all ourselves, and then we ship them all out, and that way there's no other hands involved, and we get, we get our money.
Higher profit potential too, you know what I mean? Like just keeping it closer to the band,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the wave, like the new wave for bands is kind of keeping like the merch stuff and just stuff in general kind of closer to the band or instead of like outsourcing. Do you kind of like feel that's like more of a trend that's coming, or do you think that's just something that's always been around?
I think it's always been around. I think it all depends on the band and how, like, what their priorities are. We happen to have, Nick's very interested in all that stuff, and he's very driven to do it. So we lucked out with that situation, and we try to do as much as we can ourselves. Like we didn't even have a band manager until, several months before we recorded Ivy, because I just wanted to keep everything close to us,
I was going to say, it's funny that you bring that up, because I remember I listened to the first episode. I wanted to hear what Eric was up to, since he's a buddy of mine. And I know it's funny because they're in the same situation where Adam, their drummer, does all their printing too with his screen printing company. So I don't know if it's a trend or if it's a luck thing. I mean, we're both probably really fortunate in terms of being bands that are able to make their own merch, because we can cut that corner and increase profits. But I'm sure everyone, if they could do it, would. I mean, why would you not want to maximize that and keep it close to home, like we were just saying?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it just doesn't seem like there's much of a reason to like, go through like one of those third-party companies unless you just absolutely have to, unless you either just like hate doing merch or just like don't have any, available resources. It just seems like it just makes the most sense, like, all things considered, for most bands, especially like bands like in this general scene or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's not like we're a band that has a ton going on, like I could totally see why you would want that in certain other bands where they just like, yes, we like these designs, print them, print them up, ship them out for us, give us our cut.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we're not at the high enough volume to make that practical. I mean, it would be practical, but like now we can do it, so we should.
Yeah. This is kind of maybe a slippery slope, but do you guys consider yourselves a DIY band at this point?
Oh, for sure. We've always been.
True.
Like big time, always have been. And like, I remember like sometimes I have heard some flack on the internet how we're signed, but like our label ships our records out. That's like, so I don't know. So yeah, that's really the only. And then we do have a manager now, but he's Kevin Garcia. He plays in Free Throw. Shout out Free Throw for shout out. Their drummer Kevin Garcia has been helping manage our band, and he's been amazing and has opened my eyes up to a bunch of little things that I didn't know about because I was stubborn and didn't let anyone in before. But he's been great.
He sticks his neck out there for us, so we don't have to.
Yeah, that's what he does. Yeah.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any plans for like a new record or anything like that within the next few years, or is that something that's like even on your mind at this point, just with everything going on?
I'll give you an exclusive, Nate. We are putting out a song in May, a single.
Oh,
That's
really?
Yeah, I don't know if
That's
we could,
not
I don't know
announced
if we could talk about
I don't
that,
care.
but
So if someone listens to this, yeah. So we're doing a split with another really cool band. I won't give that away. It's
Like
just a
McCafferty?
No,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let's do that.
There's just 2 for 2 now. They were brought up in Eric's podcast, Man's now ours. I mean, for them, obvious reasons, but
Yeah, that's why I had to say it. Yeah, just because the last one.
Honestly, like I usually wouldn't say like I like dislike a human that I've never met, but like just at this point, just like from hearing about him on the internet for so long and like reading things, I'm like, I don't like that human.
yeah. You know, I did meet him in the past. I went to a McCafferty show like before all this shit hit the fan with canc. Maybe I'm making that up entirely. Don't quote me. Some of the same venue. I don't fucking know. Anyways, I did meet the people from McCafferty, and they were all really nice, actually. So that's all I can really say. But yeah, after reading up, I try to stay clear of that band. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I heard the other guys in the band are super fucking cool. So I don't want to take it all out on just the idea of Nick having his shortcomings or whatever you want to label it as. And now everyone's going to hate you for bringing him up again in this podcast because you love McCafferty so much.
Yeah. But I think everyone will like the song. It's like definitely like a throwback Charmer feel song. It's got good energy.
Like good and sad energy, or just like
this is sad. Oh, definitely sad themes, of course. Yeah, but it doesn't sound that sad.
I feel like that's kind of like describes you guys. You know, it's like it doesn't sound too sad sometimes, but it's like, you know, some of the themes are a little sadder. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Varies from song.
You guys do a good job at like tricking people into thinking it's happy. You know what I mean? It's pretty beautiful. How was that the Audiotree session that you guys did pretty recently? How did that go? Was that kind of an honor? Like I've always just seen Audiotree as like this like big thing, you know what I mean? So
it was definitely an honor to do it. It was definitely very intimidating doing it in COVID, you know?
For sure, man.
We were very like stripped down staff, and everyone was wearing masks. Really, so it was kind of an uncomfortable environment, I would say. But like, it was fun. It was the first time we got to play like the new songs live, and
we didn't get the interview, which obviously was a real big focal point to everyone who seemed to watch it. They're like, "Wow, what's up with those pauses?" The interviewer,
so
like so they stripped down on staff, so we didn't get the interviewer person between, you know, for tuning. So that kind of made things awkward. But I cannot say enough nice things about the Audiotree staff. Like they were very welcoming.
It was cool, and like the fact that we got to do it was super cool. You know, that's something that we've been watching those for a decade now, I feel like.
And I also saw that you guys recorded a little quarantine cover. This is like definitely like a year ago at this point. But what prompted the song choice for that one? You know, the Say Anything cover?
Oh, I just kind of did it on a whim. One day I tweeted at Max Bemis which one I should do of his songs, and that one. And then I actually like ended up recording like this live session video for someone that never came out. So that's how I learned the song.
Oh, no way.
So, and it never came out. So then like a year later after that was when like the quarantine was just started. So I did it then. And then I actually did, I was going to do a whole album of them. I had like 10 songs picked out, and I only ended up getting 3 of them done. So it was like an unfilled promise. I didn't even post the other 2 that I got done.
That's funny.
And the other ones were What Went Wrong by Blink-182.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And Yesterday by the Beatles, actually.
But dang, man.
But maybe
that sounds awesome.
I'll probably upload them somewhere for something fun later, because I kind of meant to do it all on a session, and then I wasn't. I definitely stopped doing it. But yeah, it was cool when we posted the Say Anything cover. You know, Max replied and said a bunch of great things about it, and I ended up getting to talk to him for a while, which was awesome because Is a Real Boy is one of my favorite albums ever made. So it was just cool that he like reached out and acknowledged us and plugged us, and he had a lot of nice things to say, and it was like definitely like a it was a cool moment for me.
Yeah, I mean, is that kind of like a childhood hero, so to speak? Could you say that?
Sure, yeah.
For me, definitely.
For
I'm
sure.
a huge Say Anything fan, so that was really cool.
Dang, that just must be like an unreal feeling to like just be like, oh, I'm gonna start like playing music. Then you just start like interacting with like one of your favorite musicians ever. Like I can't even imagine how cool that must be, man.
Yeah, it was pretty dang cool. I was pretty proud that day. I was just with my brother too, so it was funny. He had a funny time like watching me like all giddy, like on my computer. Oh yeah, and then there was just that fifth wave emo thing that just happened that everyone was talking about. And I still don't know what the fuck that is. Like, I don't know any of it. Like, I couldn't even understand what was going on. I just like went on the internet that day and I was like, oh, this is what everyone's talking about. I'm going to just close this.
Yeah, I heard a lot of talk about fifth wave emo on Twitter this week. Do you know like what prompted that at all? Or
what?
Like,
is it a joke or it's real?
What wave are we? Are we a fifth wave emo band? How many waves are there? 5?
That's what I'm saying. Like, cause I've seen like some people, that it like talking shit about me like on Reddit, and they're like, he only talks about like fifth wave emo bands and supports like terrible people. And I'm like, I didn't even know I talked about fifth wave emo bands. You know what I mean? Like, well, thanks. That's news to me. But
yeah, I mean, I don't even. I have no idea what work categories and all that. I don't care.
It's funny that people care enough about like putting them into these categories. I'm just like, man, this band's sick, and I listen to them. It's like, I don't know, why do people care that much about classification?
Yeah, like what wave of emo is Sugar Ray?
Yeah. At the end of the day, the real question.
No, you guys are like a second wave emo band.
Second?
I mean, no, I'm just kidding. Like,
yeah, I have no.
Because it literally just doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Just like, I'm kind of feeling like there may be like a second wave. It's not even like when you guys were a band. It's just like the general feeling that you give me. You know what I mean? Like, I meant to ask this like way in the beginning, but so when I first heard of you guys, could you tell the story? Because like I always thought that it was named after the Tigers Jaw record, but apparently that's not why you guys are named that. For people that don't know, would you be able to give a little quick recap?
Yeah, maybe I should just make a story up now at this point because the real story sucks.
Yeah, no, just make one up, dude. Yeah.
We should make one up.
What do you got?
I got nothing.
Fuck.
I got nothing good. I'm not riffing right now. I need
the real reason. Like, why do a lot of people have band names? Whatever.
I don't know.
The reason's also not that
it was like
bad.
I was like a one-word name that wasn't taken by a band, but then we found out it was like way after we were Charmer. Like it was some folk band in the 70s, and the lead man was named Dudley. And one time, he fucking blew up my fucking Facebook inbox, and he's like, "Seems to be a problem with our Charmer bands. Your songs on Spotify or something." And I was like,
"You're like, yeah, you're welcome."
I was like, "You are welcome," because I'm looking at the Stats of Beer album right now, and 17 people have listened to it in 4 years. But then. Yeah, he came in aggressive, and then he backpedaled really quickly when he realized he couldn't really do anything about it. Yeah.
Not to dodge the question, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. We're just named after a Pokemon movie,
which isn't even a Pokemon movie. Charm is the Pokemon movie.
Yeah, that's right.
But I had a Wigglytuff nicknamed Mr. Handsome, and my friend always called him a Charmer. And there you go. It's pretty lame.
Mentioning the other day though, I was like, man, just because like the new Tigers Jaw album has been out, I've been loving it, and I'm like, man, I love Tigers Jaw, but it sucks. Like if we were to ever hypothetically maybe open for them or get on a tour with them, there'd be just so much confusion. And like on a tour flyer, they'd be like, oh, like cool, they're gonna play the album Charmer, and then it's like so much. I was like, for that reason alone, we might never get to play with them. Fuck.
If you guys ever get canceled, what's it gonna be for? What's gonna get you guys canceled?
Oh, I'm gonna cancel.
You're really trying to stir the pot.
I'm gonna cancel. I'm gonna cancel myself, and it's gonna be a lie, and then that's how I'm going out.
Oh dang,
so
bro!
If I don't want to be in the band, I'll just make up something.
Dude, I'll make up something about you if you can't think of anything,
like
man.
Like I tripped like an elderly woman.
We're so pure, we'll never get canceled.
Yeah, I'm very pure. An angel, some would say. I don't think we could.
If we got canceled, I feel like it'd probably just be for some misconception at this point.
I think if we got canceled, it'd because we're just wailing on some, or like ragging on some band, and then they don't realize that we're just not serious at all.
Yeah,
maybe that'd be it.
We're jokesters.
Yeah, you guys are jokesters. I like that about you guys. You guys are like, very, very down, like, a little bit of roughhouse and a little bit of palling around. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You
yeah,
guys
we
seem
like to riff.
Yeah, we like
As
to
Dave
riff.
always says.
Yeah,
We like to riff.
I like to chop it up, but we're not that funny either. So
No,
maybe,
we're not funny though. But
we have a good time.
I know a lot of people that watch my channel also really, really, really like modern baseball, and I know you guys kind of worked with them in the past. If you wouldn't mind kind of talking about that experience, so people can kind of maybe live through that experience a little bit, and like pretend like they're still a band,
Sure. I mean, Zach wasn't there, but I can talk about my personal experience. We drove from Marquette to Philadelphia, which was 16 hours. And we left at midnight. And I drove like the first 12 hours, and then I fell asleep for like until we got there. And then we pulled up to the metal shop, which is just this industrial garage, really, which is their studio, where Jake and Ian work out of. So we pulled up, and then the garage door opened, and then actually it was Jake, Ewald was there, and then Cam Boucher, or I think that's how you say it, sorority.
I think so.
And so right away I was like, oh, I definitely recognize that guy, and it was like cool to meet him. But I've met, like, I guess at that point to me, like, I looked at them as if they were like these like big, superstars or whatever.
Yeah.
Not even that, like just like a prominent figure. But like I met like people before that I felt like a prominent figure, and I was like kind of nervous, but like right away I wasn't nervous at all. I was just like, oh, hey, how's it going? Like met him, hung out with him. And then Cam just got back from like a tour. So he's in Philadelphia, and he was actually going to be at the metal shop for like the first night with us. So we actually ended up just hanging out with him like all night. We got like super high, and he showed us this band called the Remo Drive that was, they weren't blown up at the time. He's like, I really like this band. I think I'm going to ask him to go on tour, and he showed us all these YouTube videos of that, and he had just released their last album or something like that. I don't know what it's called.
What year was this? Might have been either
2007.
Might have been You're Not As Blank As You. Is that what that one is?
Yeah. So it was like summer of 2007, even more. Yeah,
it was 2017.
And it was great. We just drank and smoked some weed with him and did that, and then we busted out the album in like 4 days with Jake, and Jake was like a blast to work with. Super kind, super helpful, told us funny stories. Was assuring to us. He was like, it was cool. It was a cool experience, and how the record turned out has a ton of character. I haven't like ever heard a record that sounds like it, so I kind of like that about it. It's just like it's just like it's good, for what it is. I'm glad. I wouldn't change it.
For the budget too and everything else.
Yeah, and there was no budget. I mean, Jake just like they just announced that Modern Baseball was like, taking a hiatus. Jake had nothing to do, and I just like kind of hit him up on a whim, and this is before we even got signed, and we were just gonna go out there and just record our songs, and he like said really nice things about our EPs, and he's like, I'll totally record you guys, come on out. And I don't even know how many bands he's recorded, really. I know he did like the first Marietta EP, and I know he does the Slaughter Beast stuff, but I'm not actually completely sure what else he's recorded. But yeah, it was great. I don't know what else I could say about him. It was just like a really nice experience, and very calm and relaxing, and somehow we recorded a full album in 4 days.
Now, if I remember right, was it there that you got kind of sick at one point and weren't able to?
Yeah, okay. I blew out my voice there. So then I went home and recorded all the vocals here, and that was a learning experience in itself. So it took me a while to, just get the quality and get it to the standard it needed to be. It was cool. I don't know. It was cool.
Do you guys have fun making music videos? Because like looking back at the Topanga one, like from a few years ago, that looked like it was like a pretty big blast, with the pizza and like I know it wasn't real weed that you smoked, but like.
Oh, dude,
never.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the Topanga one was an absolute blast to make. And the other one was definitely a blast to make. The other one was just like the most last second put together thing of all time.
I had fun at both.
But it was great. And Zach's in the first music video.
I wasn't in the band at that time, but yeah.
We needed him to come up and play bass for the music video, but he was like busy and he could only make it the second day. So we're like, fuck, we have to do filming this day, otherwise we're not gonna get it done. So because he was already like, the plan was to have him in the band when that was filmed.
But yeah, both were really fun.
Both were fun.
We worked with Michael Herrick for both of them. He does a lot of Hot Mulligan's music videos too. He did one for like Lurk as well and stuff. And he's just awesome. He's a good friend of both of ours. We were just with him the other day even.
Yeah.
If we're with him, it's a guaranteed good time and it never feels like work at all.
It's the best.
It's a lot of riffing.
Where did you guys record the VCR music video? It just looks really awesome, dude. Like I'd want to live in there or something.
Fucking boat.
A boat? Oh shit.
So it was Michael's idea. He's like, let's just fucking, instead of renting a space out to film in, let's just rent an Airbnb somewhere.
Yeah, meet in the middle.
Meet in the middle, because he was in Illinois and we were in Michigan, and we'll just get together and we'll bust it out. So Michael found a very nautical themed boat house, and the hosts or whatever, every time they like messaged Michael about any information, they'd be like, ahoy, mate. And then it would be like whatever information he needed to know. No, it was fun. It was like I definitely missed that trip, but like that also, like driving to do that music video is when like 2 of our tours were canceled on the way down to film it.
Oh yeah,
because like that's when that was all breaking out, and then we were all kind of just like, oh, kind of in limbo, like what the fuck's gonna happen this year, well, that happened, and then got back, and then sure enough, things just went out of control. And yeah, we just hung out with Michael. Zach and I did like 2 days ago, because he was up here. We were hanging out with Hot Mulligan boys, and he like said that like, oh, it's been exactly a year since we filmed that video, and that's when that's when I first really realized, I'm like, holy shit, like that past year is already gone, like just like that. Ahoy.
Me and Michael always joke about like how every time he would ask the Airbnb owners for anything, like Dave said, they would start out with like ahoy, and we always joke back and forth how we just be like, if we were to hit them up like, ahoy, we just burned the ship down, and they're like, ahoy, okay. I don't know why. It's like, ahoy, my small business went bankrupt. We're just like, I don't know, starting out anything with ahoy is so funny. Yeah, and then like something really bad.
Ahoy, please stop emailing my wife.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the similar energy as like McDonald's, you know what I mean? Like, oh, like McDivorce or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you feel like your approach to Charmer is a little different now as opposed to when you were in college versus now that you're out of college?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm so tame as a human compared to what I was then. And I think a lot of Charmer at first was just like angsty college kid shit, like I was boozing a bunch, I was shoving lots of substances in my body, I wasn't sleeping, I was living life to the fullest, at the time. So definitely a different approach now that I'm older, 100%. I would say I probably worked my ass off way harder at the beginning than I do now. As weird as that sounds, when we were like nothing, I worked way harder to become something, and then you get to the point where you finally get the help you need, or you got the traction you need, and then it kind of does its own thing, it develops on its own. And don't get me wrong, like we could do 20 times more than we're doing right now, and it'd benefit us, and I'd like to do that. It's just like how things are in everyone's lives right now, it's hard to do it.
Do you feel like that's kind of just like a reality for some, I don't know, I guess you could just call them emo bands, like kind of writing a record like that, like you said, when you're in college and everything, and then inevitably there's just going to be that period where you're getting older and maturing, and then just naturally like not wanting to make music like that as much anymore, but like you're still in the same band. Do you feel like that's just kind of the natural route for that type of music, I guess?
I mean, I'm definitely experiencing a lot of that. I don't know if it happens for everyone. Most emo bands don't last as long. Like the fact that we're still around is incredible,
Dude, definitely. Like
this May will be our 6th year as a band, which is insane.
That's like dead in emo years, you know what I mean?
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
it's tough to like make an emo record and not be living like the lifestyle, like a lot of that stuff was pulled from like life experience, where like Ivy was more like, oh, I'm gonna continue on these themes that I talked about in the first album, because I really wasn't experiencing stuff like that in my life. I have my shit together and I'm like, I live a happy life, like here. That part's different. But also has taught me a lot, because now I approach things differently in writing now, and I branched out and applied myself and learned, got interested in different things. So now I think with the next album, it's going to be more of something that I'm more put into personally, rather than just creating music to the point where I'm like, oh, this shit sounds good, this should be a song, I'm finally starting to get like back into like listening to music, which is awesome, because there was like a lot of time there where I was just not listening to other music, just because like it was like you'd be exposed to all these bands doing their things, and every day you go online and there'd be a band winning the day, that's like, and all you see is like stuff that band's doing, and you're like, fuck, what am I doing right now? And then you listen to what bands are putting out, and it's just like this great, fresh, new stuff. And you're like, wow, they came up with that. That's so good. How am I going to get there? And what I would do is I'd like work myself up, that when I listen to my peers' music, which I should be excited for them for, I would get intimidated and feel like, fuck, like I got to do something bigger and better. And so music became like non-enjoyable to listen to. Even when I listened to my favorite bands, like back in the day, you'd be like, okay, well, they're doing this, like shit. You'd hear something in the record and you're like, I got to go figure out how to do something that good, So then like when I'm listening to music, I put my music down right away and I start playing my own music. I had to get out of that like mental cycle, because it was like super unhealthy,
That doesn't sound fun, honestly. Yeah, that sounds
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and if you talk to a lot of musicians, I mean, they'll tell you that. I mean, it's not like I'm the only one that experiences this. I'm sure other musicians are vocal about it. But it's so common in today, because it's all about just content and pushing yourselves and trying to be the best. And
I feel the same way about like YouTube. Like I'll be watching someone's YouTube video and I'm like, damn, dude, like I'll never be that good. I need to get back to work or something. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and it's the same feeling.
It's definitely not a good place to be. And I think something that you can, like you said, kind of slowly train yourself out of, or just kind of stop doing. But you do have to be very aware and conscious of it. I feel like if you want to move past it, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. But I did actually, I listened to 2 new emo releases this past month. Feeling really good about it. First
Tell
time
me
I
about
did.
them.
All right, so here's the heat. Camp Trash.
What's it called?
Camp Trash.
Okay.
Do you listen to it?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, great, Nate. Go listen to that. I don't know any of them and the band, but they've always been supportive. Charmer. They followed us. Awesome EP, like really good pop songs. I don't know if they're an emo band, but they're like being talked about in that realm.
Yeah, for sure.
Go listen to that. I think you'd love it.
Heck yeah, man.
I think my favorite song is Bobby off of it.
Bobby's really good.
And then the other EP I listened to is I was just talking to Zach. I didn't know if they were called Home Is Where or I Became Birds, but there's an EP under that name. And it's like this just like very manic, dark, but also like acoustic guitar. And it's like, it's kind of exhausting to listen to, but like in a good way.
Yeah, I've actually heard a lot of hype around that release in the past week or two. You know what I mean? On Twitter,
So I really enjoyed that. I was pretty impressed by both those releases. And the only reason I listened to them is because I had a layover in the airport. So I can finally say that I'm not so much of an emo poser like I've been the past 4 years not knowing shit. But those two really good.
Yeah, I remember when we were talking last year, you actually told me about this band called Hospital Bracelet, and they've just really blossomed in the last year. And I just thought that was really cool.
Am I the one that introduced you to them?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Cool. Yo, Nate, how many bands do you think are going to be broken up when COVID finally like is over and there's shows happening? Because that's actually going to show which bands died during COVID.
Oh, damn, dude, that's a really good question. I'd say I mean, Hot Mulligan's definitely going to be done for sure.
You think so?
No, I'm just kidding. No, I just said that because I know you guys are friends with him. I was just joking around, but no, I mean, I think that is like honestly like a really interesting point though. Like after quarantine's up, and it's like because I like kind of like we were saying earlier, a lot of bands are just basically dormant right now. But like once everything opens up, I guess it's really gonna see like, you know, who was really doing stuff and who wasn't, who's still really committed. So I think we will see some bands just kind of fall off, so to speak, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard things just from being around the community and like knowing people and just talking, and there's a lot of bands, you know, like on the internet that will fool you that they're like still active, but are very much like dead in the water right now. So I'm like very curious to see how many more besides the ones I already know about, you know, are going to come out.
Dang.
When it's all over, you know, like, oh, it's done.
All Dave is really saying is all your favorite bands that you love, just expect that they're dead.
They're
no,
dead.
I'm kidding.
It's okay, Nate. It's going to be a really good video for you. The band that COVID took. Go through them all.
Yeah, it's all good, you know. It's like as long as I can get a video out of it, you know, that's all I really care about.
COVID's real victims.
Yeah.
COVID's real victims.
I swear to God, I'm not a scumbag.
Nate, where do you live? California?
Where do I live? Yeah, California, man. It's the best. I live in the shittiest town though. It's called Bakersfield, California. It's like
you told me that because I told you that we were going to be near there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, don't come to Bakersfield though. Like,
that's why I asked. When are we gonna get to meet you? When are you gonna come to hang out with us at a show?
Dude, I'm so down to hang out with you guys as soon as you get anywhere near California, dude. Even if you're like 4 states away, dude, I'm gonna be jogging all the way, man, just to meet you guys, just for that warm embrace. You know what I mean?
Where is the closest like big stop city for you that we would potentially, or any band would potentially come to?
Oh, dude, honestly, like Hollywood, LA, like if you guys play like Chain Reaction, that's like 2 hours or less like away from me. So that's always a no-brainer. Like, hell yeah, I'll be there, you know? So
I wonder if we've ever been around each other. I've been to Chain Reaction for a few shows.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, maybe we
have Mulligan there.
I did see Hot Mulligan there actually. Like this is at least a couple years ago now. So
I was probably there. I've been there twice with them, so maybe we've actually been in the same room. I was doing their merch, but
oh no way. What tour was that? Was it the one with damn, I can't remember what tour that was.
They did one with Seaway and Trophy Eyes and Can't Swim.
Okay, it wasn't that one. It was a different one.
Well, man, I also did one with Home Safe though too, and Heart Attack Man.
Yeah, I think it was that one that I was there for. I'm pretty sure.
Well, we've been around each other. We just didn't know it.
Dang, man. That's really cool. I would have given you a high five had I known that like we'd meet each other in the future, you know?
Right.
Oh, we don't high five.
Oh, okay. Dude, I'm so sorry, man, for bringing it up.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
we spit on each other like llamas.
Oh, okay. You guys keep it real. I feel you.
Yeah, yeah, always keep it.
Do you guys take dabs?
No. Oh, no, I'll die, dude.
I'll pass away. Don't. No.
I'll die.
I'll pass on.
I'm too old.
The last time I took a dab, dude, I couldn't like get home. I couldn't like read.
That's so funny, man.
I'd love to like cheer you on though if you want to do it.
I'll hype you up.
I appreciate the encouragement, man. Like that really means a lot. You know what I mean? Just to be like cheered on by a band that I think is like, you know, has some nice people in it, you know, makes some good tunes. Like if you guys could like just do like a chant maybe while I'm like ripping a fat dab, like that would be a big deal for me, you know?
What's your favorite Blink album?
Blink album, without even thinking about it, Untitled.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Same with you guys?
I respect that. No, mine's Dude Ranch, but I respect
that
100% why people say Untitled. I understand.
And I could see why you could say Dude Ranch. So it's all love, man. It's just
all love. It's all love.
It's all love.
There's a window, man. And if you pick between a certain window, I respect you.
What's your thoughts on the Matt Skiba Blink 182?
Nah, it's just not. It's not the same to me.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like, there are definitely some songs from the album California where I'm like, you know, like I could reasonably get down with this, sure, but it's like doesn't really feel like Blink to me as much, you know?
Right.
Does it ever make you like sick to your stomach when you watch them play live?
I mean,
when you start thinking about how much money they get paid to play.
They get paid? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I'm bummed for how much flag Matt might get because actually our whole band loves Alkaline Trio.
Yeah,
so
I
can't hate too much.
So it's just tough to see him in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't hate Matt Skiba and I don't necessarily like hate the band Blink now. Like it's definitely just it's literally just like not the same thing to me. You know what I mean? But like, I think Matt's a good musician, and I think all of them like independently definitely have musical abilities, but what they're doing right now just isn't really something that I'm super into. And I think you guys can probably see where I'm coming from on that, you know?
Yeah, you don't have to explain. We get it.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple gems on 9 even. I think Matt has a couple really cool songs on there. And I'm actually glad they're still making music where other people might argue that, because even on each of those albums that I didn't really love or won't really back, I still think there's some good songs on there that I get to pull from them. So I'm glad they're still doing it.
I think that kind of makes it worth it, you know, in the end. It's like, I guess if they're going to be, you know, making music, it's better to, I guess it's cool that they're making music versus not making music. And then maybe every album you get a song or two that's pretty cool, you know? So it's like, right. That's cool.
I mean, and when you're a band in that position, they could never make another song again and they could still tour the rest of their life and make money nonstop. So at least
for sure.
Music, so, you know, if you're listening to Mark and Matt and Travis, you know, just bring us along, dude. Come on. We got to lose,
be friends with us.
Come on.
I'll drop them a good word for you guys if you would want, but like, I'm not going to like tell them to do anything. I'll just say that like, you guys are cool, you know, like.
Throw some bone, huh?
Yeah, dude. Throw a little bone. Maybe I'll just charm them up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah. Before we go, just one more really important question. Do you guys like cough drops?
Ricola is good.
Nice.
Like, are you talking about like lozenges?
Yeah, dude, lozenges. Yeah, just anything really. I'm really into cough drops. So I was just thought I just kind of ended on a pretty high note like that, you know.
Well, that's what you want to talk about. Okay,
that's what this whole podcast has led up to this morning.
Well, if you're gonna end on that note, I'm gonna tell you right now. I've been drinking a lot of Canada Dry. Like I can't.
Hell
stop.
Yeah, dude.
Like 3 months straight.
Like just the regular, just Canada Dry, full strength, full sugar, like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Ginger ale. Okay.
Can't get enough.
What kind of cough drops are you sucking off?
Dude, you say sucking off?
Yeah.
It's a universal term. Yeah, no, for sure.
It should be used. No. Like, I say with everything, like drink, food, like what do you want to suck off later? And people don't like it, but you know.
No, I love it.
It's a weird reaction most times. Like,
yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna say it to everyone. Yeah, I'm gonna say it.
It'll get a reaction, but once it hits, I'll let you use that one. Go ahead.
So,
anyway,
you ready? You ready, dude?
Yeah.
So, the brand is Vicks Vapo Cool Severe. Like, dude, I'm talking about like, bro, these like.
What's the menthol percentage on that, baby?
It's like menthol. It's like smoking like an entire pack of Newports at once. Like,
damn,
it's great. Yeah, dude.
Dude, your breath is fresh as fuck. How's your throat feel?
Oh, it feels a little bit better because I also have like the spray version of those cough drops in my hand right now that I've been like hitting my throat with, so I can stay nice and limber.
Like, swallow like some shards of glass. You wouldn't feel back there. Hey?
Yeah, dude, definitely. Like, you already know how it goes. I know you guys are into cough drops, so it's like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, give me one when I'm not sick. I'm still gonna suck it off. What? You got a little bug or what?
You know what, man? Ever since St. Patrick's Day, I've just like my throat has gotten progressively like more sore to the point where it's almost just like actually unbearable, and I have to pump myself with Advil. Like, I'm thinking it's just literally just a bug, like no COVID symptoms or anything other than just like a sore throat and feeling a little bit run down. But I'm thinking it should be gone in the next few days, or I hope.
When you said that, I'm like, did something happen on the within like festivities of St. Patrick's Day? Are you taking that day as a reference, or was it like St. Patrick's Day fucked me?
Yeah, so like my girlfriend and I, we went over to like our friend's house. Like their names are Drew and Katie, and we're just hanging out, you know, like having some.
Katie, though.
Yeah, they're the best. They had us over. They're awesome. Like, and they're like, yo, like we recently got the COVID vaccine. And I was like, cool, man. Like, let's share this blunt and, you know, see if we get some COVID.
Did you guys head downtown?
But yeah, so I don't know. I don't think it's from that. You know, I'm kind of a hypochondriac. So I think about stuff like that. And then I also kind of like have unfortunately been into those like disposable nicotine devices. So I'm like, oh shit, I have throat cancer now. This is great. Like, see you guys, you know? So like, I don't know, man.
See you at the next show then.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Like,
you're a hypochondriac.
Like, Self-diagnosed. Yeah.
This is a bit bad year for you, dude.
Yeah.
We're all hypochondriacs alike. Listen up, Nate. Get yourself some zinc. Maybe get yourself some zinc. Maybe some elderberry. That
zinc
would do the trick for me. Yeah, some zinc to.
Okay.
Maybe shorten the duration of the little bug you got.
For sure, man. I actually really appreciate that.
Works for me, and I was a person who used to get sick a lot. But
oh dang.
What 2 EPs are you gonna listen to after this?
What 2 EPs am I gonna listen to? I'll definitely listen to that fun titled EP by Sprainerd.
No, that's an album.
Oh, damn it, that's an album.
I think he's trying to test you.
I was just trying to see if you're gonna listen to the EPs. I recommended to you, but
I figured that's what you were doing, but just remind me again what they're called, so I don't forget.
You're talking about the Camp Trash one and the Home.
Home is Where.
Camp Trash, Home is Where. Okay, got you.
Hey, sorry we derailed your podcast a lot so far. I'm sorry
dude,
this has been a fucking shit show because we've just been maybe riffing too much.
No, dude, this is like literally like what I want it to be, man. Like I hate when it's like super serious, you know what I mean? Like I like when it's just like you can tell people are friends and they're just talking and having a good time, because if you're lonely and like in your house, it feels like you're almost like hanging out with them. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I agree.
That's like the shit.
Yeah, hopefully any listeners feel like that too, and hopefully we didn't scare you off too much by being.
I appreciate you guys, like coming on here, riffing a little bit, like messing around with me, like having a good time. You know what I mean? Like I like that you guys like to pal around with me and kind of like joke around with me. Like I really appreciate that, man. I don't like when people take me too seriously, but at the same time show like a little bit of respect, just for fun. So I've had a great time, man.
We respect you greatly, but the one thing I'm not joking about is that cold, that little bug you got, man. Take care of that.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I definitely will. I'm definitely resting up. I was supposed to work today, but I called off because I was like, dude, you know what? I'm gonna prioritize my own health today. I work at one of the largest banks you know what? Okay, I'm just going to say I work at a bank and then I'm going to cut from there so no one can know where I really work. But it's kind of weird being in the financial world, but it is what it is,
Did you go to school, Nate?
Just high school, man.
Okay. I didn't know if you went to school maybe for financial stuff. So are you a teller or what do you do?
Yeah, I'm a teller. That's like what I would describe it as for sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good gig.
No, it really is. Like, that's what I like about working at a bank. Like, no one ever like rolls their eyes or is like, ugh, after like you say you work at a bank, you know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh, wow, son, good job. Like, so
someone
that's
like
cool.
You,
wow. Yeah.
I didn't mean you specifically. I meant like,
No. I feel you, man.
Term.
But yeah. Wait, what do you do, Zach?
Well, let me tell you. I am unemployed.
Hell yeah, dude.
I went on a tour with Hot Mulligan, Heart Attack Man, and Jetty Bones and Home Saves. That one that we were at together, or if you will, that on that leg of it or whatever. And I quit my job. I used to work at IT. Or I used to work in IT at a hospital. I went to school for IT, but after I quit that job, I just never got another one.
Dang.
So that's
actually pretty cool, man.
I mean, I have a lot of what do you want to say, like gigs, or I'm always doing something to make money. I mean, I snow skate in the winter. That's a job, I guess, in and of itself, and then the band thing somewhat, and I'm always finding ways to work.
Yeah, Zach went pro snow skating. He won't tell you that, but he's a fucking pro.
Damn, is he just a pretty humble guy when it comes to that type of stuff?
Yeah, Zach's stupid humble, and sometimes it's annoying to be around him when he's being humble like that.
Wait, I think I might have seen some videos of him doing that. Potentially. I think maybe David, you may have like kind of told me about that when we were talking last year. This kind of sounds familiar now.
I like to give shout outs to my friends when they do.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Sweet, man. I'll just do a quick little outro really quick. But yeah, dude, I think we really nailed this podcast, and I just really appreciate you guys coming on. Dude, it was just literally so much fun. And that's the outro right there. Yeah, we're done. That is the outro, you know what I mean? Like we're good to go, guys,
All right, I was going to thank you, but I'll just keep it to myself now.
Heck yeah, man. Well, I hope you guys have a blessed rest of your night. Oh, man.